all kinds of picks for you guys out there.
Oh, yeah.
We've been hot this year. Team Money, Father, Son, and Holy Sport. Gee, man, we're picking it for you this year. Philly's a 1.5 point favorite in this game. The over-under's 50. Okay. Team Money, who wins the game?
Oh, man. The Eagles have the better offensive line, the better defensive line, the better receiving core, the better running back, the better linebackers, the better corners. But they don't have Patrick Mahomes. And that's why the Chiefs will win this. It's going to be a close game. So give me the Chiefs plus 1.5. I think they're going to win this outright. So if you want to bet money line, you might as well just take the extra few points you'll get there. I like it. I heard a stat today that the last 32 games the Chiefs have played in have been 4-point games or less. They've not been blown out in 32 straight games. And if you're telling me that this is going to be a close game, and in the biggest moment, Patrick Mahomes has the ball in his hands with a minute left, I can't not think that he's going to win this. He's the best quarterback I've ever seen. He's on GOAT trajectory right now, hence the hat for him here. And I just think he's too good. And Travis Kelce's too good. And these Eagles are too young and inexperienced. And I like the Chiefs in this.
Team Money making us pick. And usually we don't pick the same pick or pick a different pick because we don't want our fans to get, we want it to be clear for our fans. But in a Super Bowl, anything can happen. And I'll tell you what, I got Philly in this game, man. I think Philly wins. Philly wins and covers. They do it with their defense and their running game. The Eagles are 4 sacks away from the most sacks in NFL history, including the playoffs. They're going to get that. Mahomes gets the MVP, but as I mentioned, the last 9 players to win the MVP and reach the Super Bowl have lost. And it's going to happen again. And I'll give you another pick. I know you got some other ones on the over-under. I think it goes under for the reasons I mentioned. Running, defense. Both the Eagles and Chiefs are ranked 1-2 in the regular season in sacks.
Yeah.
So those are the top 2 sack teams. I think we get some sacks here in this game. And I think that defense holds together for Philly. And they get to Mahomes in that bad ankle and catch him.
All right.
What do you look? You got an over-under? You got
I like the over. I like the over in this one.
You like the over?
I think the Chiefs just always end up in shootouts. So if I'm picking the Chiefs, that kind of is the way things go when the Chiefs
got to go with your
games.
game script. Yeah, you got to go with your game script.
But I got a player prop for you here too, G-Man. All right.
What do you got?
I'm going to go with 2 different anytime touchdown guys. I know it's basic here, but Jalen Hurts, minus 115 for an anytime touchdown. He's got 15 rushing touchdowns this year, okay? And that's in 20 games. So he scores in a touchdown 3 out of 4 games. So the guy just gets rushing touchdowns. I think that's going to happen. My other one is Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown, minus 135. Even harder to go get.
Not bad.
But this guy has played 17 playoff games. He has 15 touchdowns. He scores playoff touchdowns. The guy is already second most in playoff receptions to only Jerry Rice, not just tight ends, wide receivers. The guy shows up in the biggest moments of the playoffs. Give me those 2 guys, especially Travis Kelce, anytime touchdowns for this game.
Yeah, those are good picks. I like your picks. I like both of your picks. Hey, I'll give you a couple player props too. I told you about that Philly defense. I'm going to go TJ Edwards over on tackles. He has 9 games where he's had at least 10 tackles.
Ooh, sneaky.
The line's 8.5. 8.5. Bet over 8.5 tackles for TJ Edwards. It's only minus 105, so almost an even bet there for TJ. And I think the defense is going to come to play. So that would make sense for me. If you think the game's going a different way, then you wouldn't bet that prop. The other one I'm going to give you is this guy behind me, man. Same one you had, same guy you had, Team Money, but I'm going for rushing yards, bet over 48.5.
Yeah.
It started as 47.5. It's now 48.5. He's averaged 51 rushing yards per game this year, and he's second most in the NFL in rushing. This guy's going to run the ball. I think he's going to get to the end of the game, and he's going to be running, trying to run out the clock. The Super Bowl record, 64, by Steve McNair. Hurts breaks that record and wins the game.
All right. I like it, G-Man. I like it.
Woo!
Some good player props. It looks like it's going to be Eagles versus Chiefs in the Ross household this weekend.
It sounds like that. You are correct, T-Money, and I know you know your stuff, so I respect your picks. I got one more prop for you, though.
Keep throwing them at me. All right, what you got?
The national anthem, the length of the national anthem, T-Money. I want to see what your pick is.
All right, I got it.
Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
Chris Stapleton, the country singer.
Yep.
You know Tennessee Whiskey, all you fans out there. Tennessee Whiskey, 2 minutes, 7 seconds. Chris Stapleton is going to sing this. T-Money, you think he goes over 2 minutes and 7 seconds or under?
I think he goes over. 2 minutes and 7. I heard it at 2:02. It must have gotten a huge amount of bets on the over. So I might go under now, but I like the over. I like the over.
I'm going over.
You know, he's just such a slow singer. So, you know, I think he's going to go over.
Well, let me characterize that. I was leaning toward the over. I'm going to go under here, and I'm going under because the under has hit the last several years, except for last year was the first time. There was a duet before that. But yes, country singers tend to have a longer drawl, but they don't hang on some of the notes. And so I think, you know, Eric Church was the longest. He had a duet. He went 2:17. Luke Bryan went 2:04. The average is 1:59. So I think Eric Church, where does he go? I think he's under He's under that 2:07, man. I think he's under 2:07, down by Luke Bryan at 2:04. I'm going to be hanging on every word. It's the point that he starts his first letter of his first word to the last letter of the last word. I'm going under, man.
All right, we'll see.
And the reason I like under is this plus 145. The over is much worse odds. So it's really a better bet getting that plus 145 on the under, even though you could be right, T-Money, could go over, but the under just so attractive at plus 145.
Hey, I agree with you. G-Man, real quick, I want to throw one last, if anyone's scared of betting this before and they just don't know which way to go, the last 9 people to win the coin toss have lost the Super Bowl. So just a heads up.
Woo!
You win that coin toss, you might lose the game.
Wow. Now that is good to know.
Random curse that's out in the middle of a random curse right now. So just heads up if you want to live bet that.
Watch out. Travis Kelce could be out there. Your boy could be out there calling that flip.